Hello, friends, family, viewers, anyone watching. I want to be completely honest in this video. I want to air out a couple things about myself that I feel are holding me back, and that I feel that if I don't say publicly on camera and post, it's just going to continue to hold me back. So, coming at you from the room that I grew up in, all of its juvenile tendencies, the things I've collected over the years. Right now, I'm in the suburbs. It's actually at my parents' house, the room I grew up in, obviously. And I'm chilling back here in the United States because I'm trying to regather myself and figure out where I want to take the vision of my life. No, that's just a bunch of words. I'm back in the United States because I'm trying to figure out and stabilize my finances. That's the truth of it. I feel like I'm extremely scared to talk about these things. And now that I've started doing YouTube videos, I've realized that without talking about these things and being honest and true to you guys and to myself, I'm never going to be able to get to where I want to go. Because YouTube is not like Instagram. Instagram is the highlights of your life and the best pictures and the edits and the cool times where you're at the coffee shop or away from home, not, when you're at your parents' house. I'm 26 years old, almost 27. And inside, I feel like I should never have to be at my parents' house. Right now, I have built up to this point in my life an incredible amount of skills, an incredible expansive network. I know so many people that are just extremely loyal to me, and I'm extremely loyal to all these people. And I have all these visions. I've wrote about a million things on this whiteboard throughout the course of my life. But now that I'm being real with you guys and trying to provide you guys value and doing long form on YouTube, I feel like I have to be honest with myself about what's going on in my life. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep holding myself back, and I'm going to continue to have these self-doubts like everyone you hear about having when they start making content. So, to be completely honest with you guys, I have some parts of me that are self-conscious. And in one section of my brain, I know that I'm the freaking man. I know that I've had a life experience that some people still don't even understand and couldn't dream of having. And I've built up, like I said, my network and my knowledge and my skill set to the point to where I have leverage and I know that I'm going to be successful. And that's why I'm okay with making this video. Because at the end of the day, I know that I am going to be successful. I know where I'm going to be at the end of the day. I'm visualizing it every single day in my brain, reading the book Psycho-Cybernetics. And so that's why I'm okay making a video like this. On Instagram, it looks absolutely fantastic. I've worked very, very hard on it. I have some of my income coming in from making people's Instagram profiles better, but it's not going as well as it looks like it's going in the form of actual money in my bank account. So I'm working on that, and I'm not worried about the end result. But I want to be honest to myself, because if I'm not, as I keep saying, then these videos just are not going to come across as authentic. So what you see on Instagram, it is real life. It's not fake, but the assumptions that you make because of the psychology of how I know how to frame things and things like that are a little bit different from the reality. And life goes through up and downs. I've had months where I've made, let's not say months. I've had one month where I've made $20,000 in a month. I've had other months where I've made over $10,000 in a month. I've had other months where I haven't made much at all. And life ebbs and it flows, and especially with what I'm doing. I don't have the stable job. That's exactly what I'm trying to avoid. Because I have a college degree. I could go get a job paying $70,000 to $100,000 probably a year, even though I know some of my friends who are struggling with a job search, so maybe I'm overestimating that. But I have skill set and I have a resume that I can easily make that kind of money, but I don't want to. I don't want to make that kind of money, because then I'm sacrificing what I want for myself in order to get security that that at the end of the day I don't want, because I know that I'm going to be on top of the hill in the castle living like a king. And if it takes sleeping under some bridges to get there, then I'm completely okay with that. I've been watching someone called Jack Hopkins on YouTube. Some of you might have heard of him. Some of you might look him up now. I've been basing some of my stuff off of a lot of his content. I've been using some of his thumbnails and video ideas as video ideas for myself. Not necessarily ripping him off, but just using him as inspiration. And so I know Jack isn't going to see this video right now. One day he probably will, because we have a couple social circles that cross each other. But he's someone that I'm using as inspiration. And so my goal really for this YouTube thing is just to provide people with as much value as possible. And I find it that I get lost in the numbers a little bit. I say, okay, this video's up, this video's down. And at the end of the day, it shouldn't matter to me. It does. And maybe it should, because I need to have goals, but I don't want to get lost in the numbers. I woke up and my latest video was down a couple views than I expected it to be. And I woke up and it kind of set a little bit of the tone for the day. I was slow getting out of bed. I usually wake up with the sunrise. And I didn't. And so I need to become okay with just putting myself out there. I'm not comfortable with the concept of it, but okay with whatever happens as a result of it. And that's the reason why I'm making this video, because I'm coming at you from my parents' house, stabilizing my finances. I've had some really good months, and I've lived an amazing life up to this point in my life. Don't regret any of it. I haven't wasted any money, I feel like, that I shouldn't have. I have been building businesses, and part of building businesses is going through those months where you don't have a lot coming in. And I've had a couple businesses make it past that point. I've had a couple businesses not make it past that point. And that's the risk that you take to try to get the results at the end of the day. I wish I was bigger. Actually, January to March of this year, I got huge. I was following a couple of things that my boys Joe and Josh told me with Thrive Movement, and I gained like 8 pounds in a matter of 3 months. I looked huge. I posted my transformation picture. I'm sure you guys will see it again. But like right now, even in this video, I feel like my shoulders look tiny. Like I need to be bigger, right? I've worked hard, and I'm 135 pounds right now, maybe 136. I've gotten up to a consistent and very, very cut, like 142, 143. The highest I've ever been is 150, but that wasn't really cut, and that was a long time ago. So I need to be bigger in the gym. I'm not self-conscious about that per se, but I am frustrated that I haven't put in the consistent enough work to be able to get to that point. So these are things I want to put out to the public. The public being whoever watches this video. Don't really care how many views it does or doesn't get. It's more for me. It's more for the internal, about how I feel about myself. And a really, really big thing is talking about my finances, because I feel like I've upgraded my life in every single metric to max level, to the max level that I can, without then further upgrading my finances. I feel like my network, my social, obviously I have some work to do in the gym, but I have the concepts in my head. I just have to do it. Like I've maxed out everything knowledge-wise. I don't need any more courses. I don't need any more knowledge right now. I just need to do. I just need to get it done and commit to myself. And then once the finance is raised up to a certain level, that unlocks these secondary tiers and all these other levels and vials and parts of my life. So that's what I'm focusing on now. That is partially why I'm making content on YouTube, to grow my brand, to take that wherever I want to take it, because I know it's possible, but it's not possible if I don't make any videos and don't do, and just keep consuming, like the other video that I made. Just watching Jack Hopkins videos doesn't do anything for me. Actually doing things does things for me. So it's not going to happen without that, and it's also not going to happen unless I'm honest with myself about the shortcomings I feel like I have. And these are just temporary shortcomings. It's nothing to be ashamed of in my mind, even though I feel like it is when I say it or when I think about it. A huge thing is I'm going to be posting this to Instagram. So if you came from Instagram, fantastic. But what that means is some girls that I'm talking to very seriously, some other girls, some guys who might think I'm doing better than I am, are all going to see this video. And my internal brain wants to cower at that and seclude myself and stop myself from posting that. And that's the exact reason why I have to post this. If a girl thinks I'm doing better than I am in terms of money and stops talking to me or hanging out with me because of it, then so be it. That is life. I'm confident that I have the ability to get plenty more if I need to. And that's been a big thing that's been a hindrance in my brain, is kind of keeping up this facade of someone who has life figured out when I'm just on the journey, just like the rest of us, trying to figure it out. I've been on this journey for, I hate the word journey. I've been on this path of self-betterment, self-improvement, entrepreneurship for years, literally years. And I thought I was going to have $1 million by the time I was 25, let alone in the position I am when I'm 26. But I have everything necessary. I have the network, I have the fundamentals, I have the foundations, I have everything I need besides for some initial cash flow to help me stimulate some of that financial growth. And right now, the environment to be successful, because I need to get back into, you guys are seeing me in different countries. I'm living life. I'm loving it. I'm smiling. I'm having fun. I'm going on adventures. And it's hard to do that in the suburbs. And it's also hard to talk about living that life when you're not actually living that life. Even though I have lived that life, there's nothing fake. Saying this is how you get to, 5 to 10K a month, because I've done that in the past, when I'm not actually doing that right now, makes me feel like a fraud. Saying this is what you need to do in order to travel, in order to live a better life in Mexico or wherever, it's hard to say out loud when I'm not actually living that life right now. So I think that's it. I just wanted to air myself out, kind of in line with 8 Mile from Eminem. Just put all of my fears out there, all my shortcomings out there, and that allows me to hopefully do everything that I'm doing with the most authentic mindset that I could possibly have. Just talking to you guys and letting you guys watch me as I grow, because I know where I'm going to be. So watching that journey is going to be what makes the TV show of my life fun, right? Or that's what makes living it fun. It's not going to be fun at the top if I can't look back at this video of when I was not at the bottom, but not where I expected to be or not where I want to be. And that's okay, because that's how life goes. There's a million different ways to make it, a million different approaches, and I'm figuring out which one is actually going to get me there. So that being said, I've dipped my toes in a lot of different ways to make money. I have a lot of skills to make money. I'm not in a terrible position at all. I have a loving family that is happy for me to be here, because they can spend more time with me, and they're getting older as well. So I'm happy to be here too, spend time with them, because I only get one life with them as well. And it's not worth it if I'm away from home 100% of the time. So that's it. Pretty authentic video today. And hopefully that will spur more. That's the point of why I'm doing this. So if you guys came from Instagram, hopefully you don't think I'm a fraud, but I don't feel like I am. If you do, then great. Feel free to unfollow. I'm just out here living life, trying to figure it out like the rest of us. And now I can finally breathe, take a deep breath, and do it as authentically as possible without feeling like I have to hide anything, or without feeling like there's a facade. So if you guys are still here, thank you. I'm going to keep pumping out as much value as I can. If no one watches it, I need to be okay with saying that's completely fine. And just keeping it as a journal for myself, because it's really just the knowledge that I have, trying to give back to anyone that will listen and that could take something off of it. The view count should not make me feel worse than the one guy who commented saying this content was amazing, right? Because I made an impact on at least one person, and putting out that kind of energy means that at the end of the day, I should get it back. Not that that's why I'm doing it, but that's just how the universe typically works. You put the good energy out, the good energy comes back in. So that's it. At this point, I'm rambling. I'm going to keep pumping out content for you guys. Hopefully you like it, and hopefully I look back at this video with a smile on my face. Let's freaking get it, boys. Let's get it. I'm out.